Welcome Bitcoin friends, it's Bitcoin Mamo. Today I'll be doing a bit of a different video. I'll be going over a trade I did last night and just basically on maximizing your profits, minimizing risk. Just basically a live video that was recorded yesterday and just how I played it, where I took profits and just playing both ends. If you don't want to miss out if the price goes in your favor and then you wait and then it goes back up to where you bought it and you end up missing out on those profits. Just the way that I play it so that you counter for both situations and you maximize your profits and minimize your losses. So I'll start this video now. This is just a live recording from yesterday. So basically I got into a short here. Oops. So basically I got into a short here at 10.843. This is just a replay. And started to go into a profit at 10.780. So I was looking to add to my short here. And when it did start going down, then obviously I changed my plan of attack. So this was 25 times leverage short, $240. And I will speed up the video after about 5 minutes, maybe a bit less, because a lot of stuff happened here at the start. So I'm just putting in a stop loss now rather than adding to the short. So you can see we had that quite a big drop there. And I'm thinking also I am up quite a bit. If it does go back up to where I bought it, I don't want to miss out on those profits. And this did all happen quite quickly. So this is at normal speed at the moment. So up 33% on the trade. And I'm looking at a take profit point where I think it will come down to. So it is a 6,000 contract trade. And just looking at the possible profits if I take profit at that level. So I'll be selling a third at that level. And this is where I started thinking, what if it goes back up? I want to make sure I bank some of those profits. So this is just a conditional buy order because it's a short trade. So if it does go back up, it will trigger a buy order, which is basically selling a percentage of the short order. Actually, sorry, this is me splitting the take profits range. So in case it doesn't come all the way down, I'm at least getting the profits here. So just divided the 2,000 contracts into two $1,000 contracts. Now we'll speed up this video in a couple of minutes. I do have my stop loss in a profit now, even though it's only a minor profit here. It's more of a break even once you pay a bit of fees. The way I got into this short was actually a conditional short buy below the price, so it would trigger it once we did drop below it. So now I'm setting up to cash in some of those profits in case the price does go up. at a level that's below my stop loss, which is a bigger profit than the stop loss, but only a percentage of the trade. So this is only 1/6 of the trade I'll be cashing out at this level, at the 10,797. That's like 17% of the trade, and then the rest would get triggered with the stop loss, which is at 10,830. And you can see we just had that big dump back down again. And now I'm just changing my take profits down here, these two $1,000 ones, just to a bigger profit. So it's divided into two, and that would be half the position, so 3,000 contracts in this area. And now I'm just looking to add more conditional buy orders above the price in case the price does go back up. So now I will sell a third of the contract here in this range before the stop loss. And I might just speed up the video now, otherwise it will go for too long. This was recorded over quite a long period. So this is at 4 times speed now, just so you can get through it and see how it goes. So now I've put in another order, a conditional market buy order, so I'm taking profits at 3 levels now. So half the position will be sold before the stop loss, the other half will be sold at this 6,000 level here at this stop loss. So we're getting that bounce. It's getting close to my first sort of take profits, which is above the price. This is just how I like to play it, to maximize the profits in case it goes in either direction. So you can see I lowered my stop loss now, and I've only got 2, now I've only got 1 take profit order. So one of them did get hit. So now I have 5,000 contracts. So that was about a $10 profit. So it sold 1,000 contracts just at this 10.7 level, which was 17% of the trade. Just in case it did go all the way back up, at least I've cashed some out at this lower level. And again, this is at 4 times speed. And I've also lowered these take profits areas to 1250 contracts times 2. Before it was 1500. So because I sold 1,000, I've lowered this. Instead of taking 3,000 contracts here, now I'm taking 2.5, which is still half of my total buy-in. So just adding another one there, another layer, and just now it's 2,700 contracts in total instead of 25, and just splitting it into 3. Just because sometimes we don't always dip down to the target that we think, so you do want to catch some of it. And obviously it's better to sell some down here than it is up further up above the price. So just changing them to 800 amounts now. And I was just watching the stock market there also, because Bitcoin was following the stock market. Stock market was having a dump, and Bitcoin was having a dump at the same time. So there's 2,400 contracts here now, which is roughly half of the total contracts. You can see it's a $200 trade because I did cash out that 1,000 around that 10.7 level. It's currently up about $75. So just adding another layer here. So now I've got 3 levels of 1,000 where I will cash out on the way back up if it goes back up, just to maximize those profits. A bit of a slower point in the movement of the Bitcoin. Might just skip ahead a little bit here. You can see it looks like we're going to drop again. These lines are just Fibonacci retracement levels. You can see we are dropping now, hoping to hit these targets and take some profits here. We're currently up 45%. This was a high leverage trade, 25 times leverage, so almost up 50% on the trade. And now I'm thinking it's $100 below my take profits level at 10,750 in case it does go up. So I'm thinking maybe to add another layer. And I've just divided this $800 one here into 2 $400 layers, just to make sure I do catch some of the drop in case it does go back up. And looks like now I've divided that 400 into 2 200s because I have seen it bounce a little bit, and I'm thinking maybe this is where it's going to bounce. It's all about optimizing the trade for either direction. That's how I like to play it. Back when I was learning to trade, I quite often was in quite a big profit, and I just had the stop loss not far from my buy-in, and I'd wait and it would come all the way back up, and then you'd end up not making any profits on the trade. So that was a while ago, and last year now I've changed the way that I've traded and optimized it. And that just comes with experience. You can see we're getting a drop now. It did hit one of those $200 levels, so now I have 4,800 contracts on the table. So not far off my next take profit, just another $20 below it. And I did also split the 1,000 here to 500 contracts. So I've got it all layered all the way down, and that's about $100 difference between where the price is now and in case it goes back up. So you want to leave some room for it to move up and down. Again, just trying to optimize it. Getting quite close to this 200, and it's just hit that other 200. So now I've got 4,600 contracts on the table. And you can see just down here, so far I've taken $16 profit for 16.30, and it's currently up 55%, $100 up, and it's a $183 trade now. So it was initially about a $240 trade. And really close to the next take profits level, so I've just moved it up a little bit. This is 400 contracts. So So far I sold 400 contracts in this lower region, and I did 1,000 higher up in this layer at 10.7. So just moving my levels down again now that the price is a lot lower. You can see I got 3,000 worth of contracts in this area, and then that would leave 1,600 left at my stop loss, and I have 2,000 contracts down here to take profit, which would leave me with 2,600 contracts. Because I am thinking I've made $16 profit so far, and I am up 100. I don't want to miss out on that extra 100. I want to at least get $50 profit. It looks like coming back down. Perhaps this is a little bit of a slower period. Might skip ahead. So just splitting that 400 into two $200 contracts, and one of them just got hit. And the next one is right next to being hit. And now that they've both been hit, so it sold another 400 contracts. It's up to, I've cashed in $25 worth of the trade, and now I'm just splitting that other 800 one into two 400 ones. So now there's two 400 ones here instead of one 800. Just making sure these targets get hit. And now I think I'm splitting the bottom 800 one into two 400 ones. So now I've got 4 layers here. And I've got 4,200 contracts left in the trade. And still up $100, even though I've cashed some out because we have kept dropping. So it looks like it's about to hit the next 400 contracts take profit. And looks like I'm just splitting it up into the 400 into two 200s. Just worried about it not catching it. So we have cashed in $25, and the trade's worth 167 now. It was worth 200 before. This might be a bit of a slower period. Skip ahead. We did start to get that bounce, and then looks like I've put a $200 contract in here now, just to catch these lower levels in case I don't catch these ones. And I have split these are into 500s. Perhaps skip ahead a little bit. It's getting awfully close to that $200. So it didn't quite hit that 200. You can see I've got quite a few layered now. So there's 3,700 contracts above the price, and the stop loss, when all those get hit, will only leave 500 contracts. Looks like we're coming down to hit some of these. So there's another 200 contracts sold. So only 4,000 left, and there's the other 200. So 3,800 contracts left, and now the profits is at $35, and they're still up $90. So now just moving my overall stop loss down because it is quite high up. You can see the stop loss is $200 above the price. And I've just split one of the 400 ones into two 200 ones. And now I've split two of them into two 400 ones into four 200 ones. And I've made them all 200 ones and just spread out the range. It's only a few dollars off. There it gets hit. So now I have $40 in profit and 3,600 contracts. So getting close to the next one. And we're currently up 66% on the $140 trade that's left on the table. You can see it wants to hit the next one. And there we go. So now we're all the way down to 3,000 contracts, and we've cashed out $57 in profit. We can see we're testing this moving average on the orange line, and there's another 200 sold. So now $63 in profit, and the trade's only worth $110 now. It's up 73%. So just looking at the stock market there. So it was originally 6,000 contracts, so more than half is sold now. 3,200 sold out of it, and 2,800 contracts left. Perhaps we'll skip ahead. And that's the other 200 sold now, and both of them actually. So there was only one there, yeah. So 2,600 contracts now left on the table, and I have to start thinking about where else I'm going to take profit. So now I've put my take profit down at 10,350 for 1,600 contracts, and out of the 2,600 that are left. So that would leave me with still 1,000 contracts if it does go even lower. And this would be the 61.8 retracement on the fib. And now I'm just looking to move my stop loss down. Obviously the price has dropped quite a bit. So altogether here I have 1,700 contracts, so that would leave the stop loss up here, selling the last 900 if we do go up. Ignore these trades further down. That's to eventually catch the drop that I think we're going to have maybe by the end of the week. So yeah, that's the 38.2 level or the 35 level. So I don't think I have anything further down as a take profit at the moment. This is the 0.5 level, this green line. So the trade is a $100 trade now. Just changing the amounts. We have gotten quite a big bounce there, so it looks like it is going to come back up. And just spreading out the bets. That one was 1,000 and just making it two $500 ones. That would take off 1,800 and would leave 600 left to sell at the stop loss. You can see that's the 0.5 level there, that green line. Perhaps we'll just skip ahead a bit. So just dividing them further. Again, just to maximize and the profits, just to optimize the trade in case anything happens, if it goes up or it goes down. We'll just skip ahead here. And you can see I've just got down here to take profit at 10,350, that 1,200 contracts, which is half of the total contracts. So just adding another 600 and making them both 600. And this is that golden pocket, the 61.8 and the 65 fib level. So just hoping to catch one of these, possibly both. And we have sold 3,600 contracts and 2,400 left. So sold more than 50%. The profits now is $73. So I'm quite happy with that. And 94 still left in the trade. It's up 83%. So just haven't missed out on those profits. And sure, you could have just waited to sell it down here if it does go down here, but just it does quite often go back up to where it came from, and then you've missed out on these levels. So it's just covering both sides. So this is in fast forward. We've gone over about 5 hours of time in a fast speed. You can see we are continuing with that drop, and the trade's almost up 100% now. There's the 100% level, and it's back up to $100 profit. We're already banking 73. It didn't quite come down to the 61.8. Just changing it to two $500 take profits, because I am starting to think it's going to go even lower than that. So I want to keep some on the table in case it does. Just bringing these take profit levels down above the price, just to maximize those profits. Perhaps I'll skip ahead a bit. And we can see, I'll just go back a little bit there. And see, as we come down, I have two $500 trades, and so I did add another one just to try to divide it into two 250 ones, and one got hit straight away, and then just got this one done in time. And looks like dividing the second 500 amount into two 250s, and the next one did get hit, and now the third one, and now the fourth one, and we have gone into this golden pocket zone. So now I've cashed in at $120 worth of profit, and now the trade's only worth $54, so 1,400 contracts left, and it's up 120%, so $65 up still, while banking 120. So this is a major bounce zone, this golden pocket area where we are currently, and just looking to move down these conditional buy orders to sell the rest on the way back up. There is only 1,400 contracts left, so now moving the stop loss all the way down into the 10.5 range. So taking 600 contracts here, that would leave 800 left at the stop loss. So almost hitting the next 200. I don't have any more take profit areas further down, so there's another 200, so down to 1,200 contracts, and now $130 profit. And I'm happy to let the rest ride really, and see how far down it goes, because I have sold the majority of the position. It was a 6,000 contract position, and now it's only 1,200. So 80% sold and 20% left on the table. The $46 trade cashed out $130 and still up $50. So we'll skip ahead. So now I have layered more, $1,000 worth here, so the stop loss will only be a $200 contract also. They're just pretty evenly spaced. And about to hit the other 200. So there's only 1,000 contracts left now. It's $39 trade and banked $137. So now it's 800. So up $144. The trade's only a $30 trade. It's still up $28. I believe this is getting close to the end. So this is a bit of a long video, but it is hard to squeeze that basically 9 hours worth of trading into a short video. But it just shows the way that I play it, how I take profits, how I manage the risk, how I try to optimize for both directions. And it's just over trading over a long time, how I've changed the way I trade just to get the most out of it, no matter what happens. So just 600 contracts left now, $23 trade, 150 profit. and definitely happy with the way that I played it. And actually, I'd still have those 600 contracts on the table because the price of Bitcoin has stayed in this range all of today, which this was recorded yesterday. So I'm still holding that position, looking to add maybe at a higher level to add to the short. If it does go back, I think we'll get a bit of a bounce and then come back down even lower. But I'm happy that I did cash it in because this is a major turnaround point in this 61.8 level. And you can see we did bounce here and we haven't broken it yet. So I think that's getting up to the end now. Hope you enjoyed watching this video, something different. I haven't seen someone on YouTube show this sort of type of video with how they take profits. So thanks again, that's just back to the start, and see you next time. Bye.